Good evening. Welcome to the November 20th, 2018 Town of Manchester Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. First item on the agenda this evening is the approval of the October 16th, 2018 minutes.
I request approval of the October 16th, 2018 meeting.
Minutes, I will second that motion.
Okay, motion on the floor with a second to approve the minutes as written. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Thank you. Reports. Michelle.
You have in front of you sheets review. They gave us their paperwork. They're trying to complete all their approvals sometime early, I want to say spring, but February, March area. Riley's Garden, we're still waiting on their stormwater management. Their stormwater management review. They're having some issues with that. I gave you the last comment on Riley's Garden because he can't meet the grading requirements, so these homes are all going to have to sign waivers if we pass it through like it is right now. And that's one of the comments I just gave to you tonight.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's see what else. I can't remember what else was. I think that's it. That's all I've got, is those two things.
Okay, great, thank you. Steve?
Good evening, Commission members. Just one thing. It's been 5 years since the town of Manchester has been certified as a sustainable community. Staff is currently in the process of filling out our application for our recertification. And we had a Sustainable Communities Work Group meeting last week, which a couple people in attendance here attended. And it's amazing what we've accomplished over the last 5 years, meeting our goals, which was in our original application package. One thing that I use as a guideline is the new comprehensive plan, which is unbelievable how helpful that is, and a guideline and a toolbox for not only the mayor and the council, but your group, and also for staff when we're working on different items. So I just wanted to mention that, and hopefully this will be completed by Christmas, and we should know something back hopefully by February if we're recertified. So, and what helps us is when we apply for grants, it means a lot if you are a sustainable community, and we are, and it's amazing, like I said before, what we've accomplished.
So that's a state certification?
That is, yes.
Steve, just a personal kudos, came home in the mess last Thursday from sunny Orlando, and as I made my way through the town around the Route 30 mess, the town looked great.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your and your folks' hard work.
I'll pass that on. Our folks are always prepared, and whether the weatherman says it's going to lay on the grass or if it's going to lay on the road, and I have to say we did have to help SHA out on a couple sections of Route 30.
Yeah.
So, but that's a team effort. So we work hand in hand with county roads and SHA. So
You do get a lot of comments from people, though, who say Manchester does a great job plowing snow, because your roads are typically always open.
exactly.
You do.
Appreciate that. I'll
Yeah.
pass that on to the new Public Works Director and the short-timer Public Works Director. So, and the short-timer had a smile on his face from ear to ear because he knows his days are limited, and it is what it is. So
Pass our best along to the short timer.
I will.
Job well done. Dale, anything from the comments? Council, excuse me.
Just one quick item. Last week, we did introduce ordinance 235, adoption of the zoning map. So there'll be a public hearing and vote probably in the December meeting.
Great.
That's it.
Thank you very much. Bryce, what's new over at the county?
Short and sweet tonight.
It's the way we like it. That's our November. That's our November.
Obviously, the biggest thing, the comprehensive rezoning, the planning commission and the county commission have both seen it, but they have not done any action or anything yet. They're still in the review process. So probably needs another month or two potentially for that text to actually get completed. And then we're in the process of still working on the residential text. And then after residential's done, we're going to agricultural and the, well, my brain's went dead. The conservation text. So those are the biggest parts that need to be done. And then once all those are completed, we will finally do the actual map amendments themselves. So the text will be first, then the map amendments. So as it comes to that, and then the bike ped master plan, still going. I believe we're finalizing the chapters, and those final chapters will be given to the county commission for them to review, and then potentially, hopefully, approve the bike and ped master plan. And we have good candidates on board for the one position that was open. That was Nokomis Ford, who left a couple months ago. We got the application process closed this past Friday. We have a decent amount that applied, and hopefully we'll get somebody new in by either the beginning of the new year or not farther after. So that everybody's ready for the holidays, I think.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very good, thank you. Okay, moving on to ordinance 236 recommendation.
The ordinance 236 is to incorporate that R40,000 changes that we wanted to do from the comp plan. You'll see in the purpose, the underline is what we are adding to what is already existing in the code book. And I was not able to edit the rest of it, but the D portion is going to be, that whole thing is new and added. And we're adding that to our cluster description that is currently in the code book. And this will only pertain to those that are annexed after October 1st, 2018. So I assume you're going to have to read that, Alex.
You're going to have to read it like you did last time.
I saved that part for you.
Thanks. You didn't tell me that ahead of time, so.
Yeah.
Members, any comments or questions for Michelle before I go ahead and read it into the record?
None here.
Okay. The Town of Manchester ordinance number 236. An ordinance providing for certain additional zoning criteria in the R40,000 district for properties annexed into the Town of Manchester after October 1, 2018, by modifying sections 250-34 and 250-85, and adding a new section 250-40 of the Code of the Town of Manchester, which govern cluster subdivisions and the R40,000 district. Whereas the mayor and town council of the Town of Manchester have adopted the 2018 Manchester Comprehensive Plan, which identifies municipal growth areas in accordance with the land use article of the noted code of the state of Maryland for potential annexation into the town, some of which may be suitable for R40,000 zoning upon annexation, and whereas an objective stated in the plan, parentheses, pages 47 and 57, parentheses, is to require newly annexed land into town with R40,000 zoning to cluster lots derived therefrom to promote less expensive infrastructure design and construction and generate desired open space. Now, therefore, be it ordained and enacted that the Code of the Town of Manchester is hereby amended as follows. Article 1, Amendment of Section 250-34. Section 250-34 is hereby amended to read as follows. 250-34 purpose. The purpose of this district is to provide a location for single-family residential development, the individual lots of which contain a minimum of 40,000 square feet. This district is generally not intended to be served with public water or sewage facilities, although in certain situations it may be. Notwithstanding the foregoing, cluster of single-family residential lots in this district is encouraged and may be required. The district would generally coincide with areas designated for low-density residential development on the town master plan. Article 2, addition of Section 250-40. Section 250-40 is hereby added.
Excuse me, I have to interrupt you. It is 250-39-1, and I didn't correct it.
Thank you. I'll go back and finish. Okay, I'll restart. Article 2, addition of Section 250-39.1. Section 250-39.1 is hereby added. 250-39.1, clustering. Any residential subdivision in the R 40,000 district occurring on land annexed into the town after October 1, 2018 shall be required to be clustered in accordance with the criteria set forth in Section 250-85 governing cluster subdivisions, as same may be amended or recodified from time to time. Article 3, amendment of Section 250-85. Section 250-85 is hereby amended by adding the following. Capital letter D. The foregoing criteria shall apply to a cluster subdivision in the R 40,000 district as modified below for the R 40,000 district. 1. At least 30% of the land area of the subdivision shall be open space. And 2. The minimum lot size for any residential lot in the cluster subdivision shall be 10,000 square feet. And 3. The lot width and yard requirements applicable to each individual clustered lot shall be those otherwise specified for lots that most closely correspond in size to the clustered lot. For example, clustered residential lots of 10,000 to 12,500 square feet shall be required to meet the normal lot width and yard requirements for R 10,000 lots. Clustered residential lots of 12,501 to 17,500 square feet shall be required to meet the normal lot width and yard requirements for R 15,000 lots, and so on as now specified in 250-27. Number 4, the 10-acre minimum tract or parcel size shall not apply.
Typographical error, can I just get with you afterwards, or you want to know what that is now?
I'm not typing it, the number. Yeah, well, you should tell me now because the recommendation would be with those changes.
After subparagraph 2, we have an and. Should that be after subparagraph 3, heading into subparagraph 4? I'm sorry, under Article 3, subparagraph 2, where it says the minimum lot size for any residential lot.
Well, any residential lot shall be 10,000 square feet and the lot width and yard requirements.
Well, there's an and in both 1 and 2, so you
Yeah.
either just add 1 to 3.
Oh, add 1 to 3. Oh,
Just add 1 to 3.
Right, I'm sorry, that's what I made, or 1 to 3.
okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Questions or other comments on the ordinance? Okay, I will entertain a motion to recommend this to the mayor and council for approval with said corrections, which are the numbering correction in Article 2 and the addition of "and" in Article 3 between numbers 3 and 4.
I would make a recommendation that ordinance 236 be forwarded to the town council for approval and adoption, subject to the wording changes discussed.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, have a motion with a second. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we'll move on to the council. Thank you, gentlemen. Show you good on those changes? Great, thank you. All right, that takes us to the next item, which is agricultural definition. We know we had to define that.
Okay, this is, when we had the woman here that was questioning our definition, so you asked for a legal response, and I sent it over to our attorney, and he said that our distance requirements, we specify that it's for use or building, that when we're addressing agricultural, it only applies this distance requirements to any building or feeding pens. So it doesn't apply those distance requirements to a garden or plantings or anything of that nature, where that's what came up last month, was she said, well, then I can't have a garden because I don't meet those setbacks. But that's not what it applies to. So it's just for the farm animals. So now that we've had this all,
And it all has to do with any type of building to house or locate said animals or areas used for feeding.
yeah, it's for that use itself, which is, yes.
Gotcha.
So wherever they're kept, so now we'll have to get back to her on that she doesn't meet the distance requirements, and that I recommend we don't have to rewrite our agricultural definition. Unless you guys feel that we need to go into that more. Is that something you want to keep on our workshop schedule?
Where do bees fit into this?
They're not a farm animal. I don't know. I
I'm
really
just, I'm just curious, because a lot of people are keeping beehives now.
Yeah, that's a good point.
have no idea.
I mean, I don't consider, I mean, a bee is an insect, like, it's technically an animal, but I don't know if we'd have a setback requirement for a beehive.
I've never had anybody
See,
ask.
that would, you could, yes, because a hive is stored in a building or the hive is generated in a pen or
Well, the
box.
hive is in a box,
Right,
right?
so, I mean, I know it could be a stretch, Henry, I mean,
No, that's, I'm
saying
just
that
just
kind of
waiting
thing-
for that.
Right.
Somebody's gonna bring that up, because
Right.
people are keeping bees.
So you stack two or three boxes, 4 boxes side by side, or something like that, in some kind of cube. Now do you have what the definition of that building slash
Right.
feeding area?
Right.
I'm concerned in midway down the page under 250-125 definitions, where it says the raising of farm products for use or sale, including animal or poultry husbandry, and the growing of crops, such as grain, vegetable, fruit, grass. I mean,
These are all what we consider
Yeah.
agricultural uses. So what,
so I mean, I'm gonna tear up my backyard in town and put 4 rows of corn in.
That would be
I mean,
permitted.
that's permitted use,
Yeah, as long as they don't have a feeding pen or a building.
right?
yep. So,
Given how some of the yards are maintained, 4 rows of corn might actually look better. I'm not, no offense, but, you know,
if that's something you want to work on for that definition of agricultural, we need to look at it because it's in all zoning districts.
Yeah.
As a permitted, pretty much.
I don't really have an issue with the definition. I'm just, beehives are the one thing that just came to me, because I have a number of friends who keep them themselves, and I could see somebody saying, well, I just want to put one hive in my yard, because the bees really are docile, they're not gonna attack anybody. So, just, we might get that question, and we just need to be prepared to answer that one.
I've not seen anything about it. Do you know if the county has anything about that?
Yeah.
Okay, gave me another question.
Yeah.
Follow up on.
Okay. All right. That was a good discussion. Now I'm hungry.
Honey graham crackers, huh?
Exactly. Get some hot tea and put some honey in it.
Well, we're gonna put a letter together and send to her.
Okay.
Yeah.
In my interpretation, this use is not allowed there, and she's gonna have to remove them, so she may be back.
Okay.
So that's why.
She has that right.
Yep. All right, see,
Okay.
short and sweet.
Any public comment?
Don't you want to say something?
Hello, everyone. I'm Guy Gary, President of the Manchester Area Merchants Association, and I just wanted to invite you all out this coming Friday to the annual Old Fashioned Christmas Open House and Black Friday event that the town's putting on with Mama and the fire department. It's going to be throughout the whole town. We've got a lot of activities and festivities going on, bus rides, hay rides. All the merchants will be open and lots of vendors at the activity building. So I want to welcome everyone to come out and have a good time.
Great, thank you very much. Will we anticipate a December meeting?
Might be Riley Gardens coming up,
Yeah,
because they didn't show.
I
they-
couldn't, we might have to anticipate it.
Mhm.
You know, Marcel, I have a neighbor that is a master beekeeper.
Hmm?
Maybe I could just talk with him about the bees.
Who is that?
I can give you his name, he's about half a mile west of me,
Is he the one that's been keeping them for like 40 years?
I think.
Yeah, his name comes up in the paper from time to time when they're talking about diseases with bees and things like that. So,
I don't know, if you want me to, I'll talk to him. I have a neighbor that, it's his first year as beekeeper.
Yeah, we have an employee that his wife, this is her first year of keeping bees, so we could check with them.
mhm.
It's a hobby that's coming up, yep, growing.
Yeah, the bees seem to stay home.
Well, if there isn't anything out there that I can find, then that's something we may want to incorporate into it.
Right.
And give it its own setbacks
Yeah,
or, you know, zone, or districts that we feel that they have enough land to do that.
I think
I
we
could
should.
have a friendly chat with him.
Okay?
All right, gentlemen, your calendars should be set for December 18th
Okay.
at 7:30 PM. Come as
Mr.
your,
Chairman, congratulations to Mr. Burbank on being accepted into the State of Maryland Senior Citizen Hall of Fame.
If you live long enough.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow,
congratulations.
wonderful. Congratulations.
I hone in on our veterans and
Very good, yes.
Very nice.
All right, very good, excellent meeting. Short was the key term, very good.
I guess you're looking for a motion?
Well, actually, I just want to wish everybody happy Thanksgiving. Please enjoy your day with your families on Thursday, be safe. And yes, I'll accept the motion.
I make a motion that the meeting be adjourned.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, good night.
Aye.